Kansas City's growing sports profile could add another big piece. NASCAR leaders have a new plan for deciding the Cup Series annual champion, and that could involve Kansas Speedway.
The sports leaders have now expressed some interest in rotating sites for the championship race. Fox 4's Sean McDowell working for you live in Victory Lane at Kansas Speedway, which could serve as a future site. Sean?
Lauren, the stars of the ARCA series are still on the track having their qualifying session. NASCAR's future, though, it could include one extra race at Kansas Speedway. For the moment, the Cup Series comes here twice per year, and thousands of fans race to the track to cheer. However, NASCAR's Vice President Ben Kennedy says they're considering a rotation of events, a rotation of locations, you might say. And Kansas, well, it seems like it could fit into the plan.
Roaring engines attract attention and prestige. An air of anticipation rises at Kansas Speedway. This week, NASCAR Vice President Ben Kennedy announced a change in plans for crowning NASCAR's Cup Series champion. Next year, the season's final race will begin a rotation of locations beginning at Miami Homestead Speedway, and tracks like Kansas could be part of future championships.
The racing that we've had could put us in the mix for that kind of a discussion.
Kansas Speedway President Patrick Warren believes the mile-and-a-half length of this track appeals to a championship setting. He also says nearby development could pique Kennedy's interest, including the forthcoming Buc-ee's location, which sits less than a quarter-mile away.
Sort of the equivalent of a World Series. That kind of an event and that kind of energy, which would be fantastic for Kansas City.
However, weather could be a factor. Since 2002, the Cup Series championship races have been held in warm weather locations. Warren and Cup Series driver Ross Chastain point out the unpredictable forecast November can often deliver in our metro.
I'd love it. This would put on a great race. The facility would more than welcome the crowd that would come out for that, and the surrounding area could support it. I just don't know how cold does it get in November out here.
As anybody from Kansas City knows, you could have a beautiful weekend in November, or it could be 38 degrees and drizzles. And so that's I think the biggest risk as it relates to a championship discussion here.
Beautiful weather, certainly on this Mother's Day weekend at the racetrack. It's unclear for now when NASCAR's final decision about the future of the Cup Series championship would be announced. As for this weekend, Maria, we're talking about the main event Sunday at 2 o'clock with the Advent Health 400. I'm told tickets are still available at KansasSpeedway.com.